Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. We're so happy you're here with us today. If you're learning English and want to sound more natural in everyday conversations, you're in the right place.
Hi, everyone. It's great to have you with us. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're talking about a very important English word that native speakers use all the time.
That's right. And that word is should. It's a small word, but it has many different uses. I remember when I was learning another language, I often got confused about advice words like this.
Me too. Many English learners know the basic meaning of should, but they don't always know how to use it naturally in different situations.
By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to give advice, make recommendations, express expectations, and sound much more confident in conversations.
And we'd love to hear from you. Before we start, tell us in the comments, what's one English grammar point that you find difficult?
Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Simple English Talks, and share it with your friends who are learning English.
Great! Let's begin and explore all the common uses of should in real English conversation.
Let's start with the most common use of should. We use should to give advice. The basic structure is very simple: subject plus should plus base verb.
Here are some examples. You should drink more water. You should study every day. He should call his mother. They should leave early.
Notice something important. After should, we always use the base form of the verb. We say you should go, not you should goes.
That's a very common mistake. Let's look at more examples. I should exercise more. We should save money. She should get some rest.
Imagine your friend is tired. You might say, you should sleep earlier. If your friend wants better English, you could say, you should practice speaking every day.
Here's a question for our listeners. What should you do to improve your English? Say your answer out loud right now.
Great practice. Now let's make a conversation.
I'm always tired after work.
You should go to bed earlier.
That's good advice.
Exactly. Should helps us give suggestions in a friendly way.
Now let's talk about negative forms. The negative is shouldn't. The structure is subject plus shouldn't plus base verb.
For example, you shouldn't stay up all night. You shouldn't skip breakfast. You shouldn't worry too much.
Notice that shouldn't sounds softer than a direct command. If I say, don't eat so much junk food, it sounds stronger. But you shouldn't eat so much junk food sounds more like advice.
That's why native speakers often use it. It sounds polite and friendly.
Can you answer these questions? Should you study before an exam? Should you drive when you're very tired? Should you be kind to people?
Most of those answers are probably yes.
Here's another speaking exercise. Complete these sentences. I should, my friend should, my teacher should.
And write one of your answers in the comments. We'd love to read it.
If you're enjoying this lesson so far, remember to like the video and subscribe to Simple English Talks for more practical English lessons.
Before we move on, remember this key idea. Use should when you want to give advice or recommendations.
Perfect. That's the foundation. Advice, recommendations, and friendly suggestions are the main uses we've learned in this section.
Now let's build on that idea. Should isn't only for advice. We also use it when we think something is a good idea or the right thing to do.
Exactly. For example, we should arrive early. Nobody is forcing us, but arriving early is probably the smart choice.
Let's imagine we're planning a trip.
We should book the hotel soon.
Yes, prices might go up.
We should check the weather too.
Good idea.
That's how people naturally use should in everyday planning.
Another use is expressing expectations. Listen to this sentence. The train should arrive at 5 o'clock.
Speaker 2. This doesn't mean I'm giving advice to the train. It means I expect the train to arrive around that time.
Exactly. Here are more examples. The package should arrive tomorrow. She should be home soon. The meeting should finish by noon.
In these examples, should means probably.
Let's compare.
The package will arrive tomorrow.
That's very certain.
The package should arrive tomorrow.
That's less certain, but still expected.
Native speakers use this form all the time.
Here's a quick practice activity. Listen and choose the meaning. You should wear a jacket.
That's advice.
The bus should be here soon.
That's an expectation.
Great.
Let's talk about formal and informal use. In casual conversation, people often say, "You should try this restaurant."
In more professional situations, you might hear, you should review the report before the meeting.
The grammar stays the same, only the situation changes.
Here are 3 tips. First, use should for friendly advice. Second, use it for good ideas and recommendations. Third, use it to talk about things you expect to happen.
Those 3 uses will help you understand a huge number of real English conversations.
We'd love to hear from you. Write a sentence using should for advice and another sentence using should for expectation.
And if this lesson is helping you, please share it with another English learner and subscribe to Simple English Talks.
Speaker 1. Keep practicing. The more examples you hear, the more natural this grammar will feel.
Excellent work. We've now learned that should can express advice, recommendations, smart choices, and expectations.
Let's explore another useful application of should. We often use it to talk about responsibilities and polite opinions.
For example, people should respect each other. That's not a law, it's an opinion about what is right.
Exactly. Listen to these examples. Students should do their homework. Drivers should follow traffic rules. Everyone should be polite.
These sentences express what we think is the right thing to do.
Another common pattern is, I think you should.
Yes, it sounds very natural. For example, I think you should talk to your manager.
Or, I think you should take a break.
Adding I think makes the advice even softer and friendlier.
That's very useful in English-speaking cultures because people often prefer indirect communication.
Let's practice.
I'm stressed at work.
I think you should take a vacation.
I can't sleep well.
I think you should stop drinking coffee late at night.
Great examples.
Here's a pronunciation tip. Native speakers often say shoulda in casual speech when speaking quickly.
That's true. You should have called me may sound like, you should have called me.
Speaking of should have, that's another useful form.
We use should have to talk about past situations.
Example, I should have studied more. She should have left earlier.
This means the action was a better choice in the past, but it didn't happen.
Let's make it practical. Imagine you missed a train.
You might say, I should have arrived earlier.
Imagine you forgot your umbrella.
I should have checked the weather.
These are very common real-life expressions.
Now it's your turn. Say one sentence with I should and one sentence with I should have.
Speak out loud. Don't just think the answers. Speaking helps your brain remember.
Also tell us in the comments, what's something you should do this week?
And if you're enjoying today's lesson, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Keep practicing these patterns and you'll sound more natural every day.
Wonderful. We've now covered advice, expectations, opinions, responsibilities, and the useful past form should have.
Now let's talk about mistakes. Don't worry, we all make them.
Absolutely. Even advanced learners sometimes make these errors.
Mistake number 1, adding to after should.
Incorrect, you should to study. Correct, you should study.
Why is it wrong? Because modal verbs like should are followed directly by the base verb.
Mistake number 2, using the wrong verb form. Incorrect, she should goes. Correct, she should go.
Again, always use the base verb.
Mistake number 3, confusing should and must.
Good point. Must is stronger.
Compare these. You should exercise. That's advice. You must wear a seatbelt. That's a strong rule.
Mistake number 4, forgetting have in past situations.
Incorrect. I should studied more. Correct. I should have studied more.
Here's a funny example.
I ate an entire pizza last night.
Then you might say, I should have stopped after 3 slices.
We've all been there.
Let's practice. Which sentence is correct?
A, you should to call her. B, you should call her.
The answer is B.
Next one. A, he should arrive early. B, he should arrive early.
B again.
Remember, mistakes are normal. Every fluent speaker made mistakes while learning.
The important thing is to notice them, correct them, and keep moving forward.
If you've ever made one of these mistakes, tell us in the comments. You're definitely not alone.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to Simple English Talks for more English practice.
Great job. Learning from mistakes is one of the fastest ways to improve.
It's time for interactive practice. Choose the correct sentence.
Situation 1. Your friend is sick. A. You should rest. B. You should rests.
The correct answer is A.
Situation 2. A package is expected tomorrow. A. The package should arrive tomorrow. B. The package should arrive tomorrow.
A is correct.
Situation 3. You regret not studying. A. I should study more. B. I should have studied more.
B is the better answer because we're talking about the past.
Situation 4. You want to give polite advice. A. I think you should talk to her. B. You must talk to her.
Usually A sounds friendlier.
Situation 5. A meeting is expected to finish soon. A. The meeting should end soon. B. The meeting should ending soon.
A is correct.
Notice how often we use the base verb after should.
Now create your own sentence using should. Then make another sentence using should have.
You can also try changing the tone. Make one sentence casual and another more formal.
Speak your answers out loud. Real conversation practice is more valuable than silent reading.
And share your best example in the comments. We'd love to see what you create.
Keep practicing a little every day.
Remember, communication is more important than perfection.
Wow, we covered a lot today. You learned how to use should in real English conversations and how it can make your English sound more natural.
Let's review the 3 main ideas. First, use should for advice and recommendations. Second, use it for expectations and things that will probably happen. Third, use it for opinions, responsibilities, and past regrets with should have.
That's excellent progress. If these uses seemed difficult before, don't worry. With practice, they'll become automatic.
Here's a final question for you. What is one thing you should do tomorrow to improve your English?
We'd love to hear your answer in the comments. Also, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Simple English Talks for more easy and practical English lessons.
Every lesson you study brings you one step closer to speaking English confidently.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Thanks for spending time with us today. Take care, keep learning, and see you next time.